Empire from dust. A city once ruled the known world. Its name was Akkad. Today, its location is unknown. No ruins, no bricks, no coordinates. Only whispers in clay. In 2340 BC, a man named Sargon rose from obscurity. Not a noble, not a king. A cupbearer, a servant. But within years, he forged the first true empire. Sargon united city-states through war and diplomacy. He toppled kings from Sumer to Elam and marched his army beyond Mesopotamia's borders. His rule turned fragmented cities into a centralized realm. He chose Akkad as his capital. A city so grand, later empires spoke of it with awe. Bigger than Ur, more powerful than Lagash. But today, it's vanished. Completely. Sargon didn't just conquer. He structured power. He installed loyal governors, created standardized taxation, maintained supply chains for his soldiers. And for the first time in history, he fielded a permanent army, 5,000 professional troops. Akkadian became the language of power. The empire used writing not just for record-keeping, but for propaganda. Clay tablets declared victories, justified conquests, imposed law. Religion evolved under Sargon. He elevated Ishtar above older deities. His daughter, Enkiduanna, served as high priestess of Ur. She authored hymns that fused divine authority with political control. Her words survived millennia. She was the world's first known writer. Trade routes connected Akkad to far-off lands. Copper came from Oman, tin from Anatolia, lapis from Afghanistan. Akkad became a magnet for wealth, ideas, and control. Then came Naram-Sin, Sargon's grandson. He expanded the empire to its peak. After defeating a major rebellion, he declared himself a living god. He wore a horned crown, claimed divinity, and ruled with supreme authority. But rebellion returned. Drought scorched the land. Rivers shrank. Grain failed. City after city broke away. The empire, stretched thin, began to fragment. After Naram-Sin's death, the decline accelerated. His successors couldn't hold the empire together. Within a few generations, the Akkadian system collapsed. By 2150 BC, it was over. Yet the memory of Akkad remained. For 1,500 years, kings invoked Sargon's name. His image was preserved. His rule became legend. Even Babylonian and Assyrian kings called him their model. But Akkad itself vanished. Even ancient historians couldn't locate it. By the 19th century, archaeologists searched Iraq. Some ruins offered hope, like a broken statue base bearing the name of Rimush, Sargon's son, but nothing definitive. The rivers of Mesopotamia have changed course. Cities lie buried under layers of silt. Akkad may be hidden beneath farmland, or under modern Baghdad, still undiscovered. The first empire, a forgotten city. The origin of global rule, lost to time. The mandate of heaven, 1046 BC. The Zhou dynasty topples the Shang. But to rule China, force isn't enough. The Zhou offer something stronger, a cosmic reason. They call it the mandate of heaven. Heaven grants the right to rule, not by birth, but by virtue. If a king becomes unjust, heaven withdraws its blessing. The last Shang king, Zhou says, was cruel, indulgent, tyrannical. Disasters proved heaven's anger. Rebellion, they claim, was not treason. It was divine will. This principle reshaped Chinese history. Unlike Europe's divine right of kings, the mandate of heaven could be lost. Earthquakes, famines, uprisings, each was interpreted as a sign. Legitimacy became conditional. Anyone, commoner, general, or outsider, could rule if they governed justly. 2 centuries later, the Qin dynasty unifies China. Their methods are brutal. Laws harsh. Books burned. Roads and walls built with forced labor. After Qin Shi Huang dies, chaos returns. His dynasty collapses. From the ashes rises Li Bang, a peasant turned soldier. He claims the mandate and founds the Han Dynasty. His rule marks one of China's golden ages. Han emperors codify the mandate. They perform elaborate rituals, interpret omens, consult oracles. Earthquake. Review your officials. Drought. Issue reforms. Confucianism strengthens the concept. The philosopher Mencius argues, a ruler must serve the people. If he fails, rebellion is not just allowed, it's justified. Dynasties now rise and fall in cycles. The Sui overbuild and overreach. They collapse. The Tang brings stability. Prosperity returns. The Song innovate but lose military power. The Yuan, Mongols from the steppes, take the mandate by conquest, but rule under Chinese principles. Then the Ming rise from rebellion. Zhu Yuanzong, once a monk, overthrows the Mongols. Heaven, he says, has returned to the native Chinese. Even foreign conquerors respect the mandate. The Manchu king, invaders from the north, claim they earned heaven's favor by ending chaos. They preserved Confucian institutions to prove legitimacy. But signs of decline reappear. By the 19th century, the king faced revolt after revolt. Western powers force humiliating treaties. The Yellow River floods. Plagues spread. The people lose faith. In 1912, the last emperor steps down. The mandate ends or evolves. The idea survives beyond monarchy. Leaders are still judged on performance. Corruption, disaster, injustice, they echo the old warnings. The mandate of heaven wasn't just a belief. It was a moral contract. And in the eyes of history, it still holds weight. Orazio. The wild north rises. 105 BCE. Southern Gaul. Two Roman commanders prepare to face a migrating horde. But instead of joining forces, they feud. Gnaeus Malleus Maximus is consul. But he's a new man. No noble heritage. Quintus Servilius Capio commands the other force. An aristocrat and arrogant. Capio refuses to cooperate, keeps his army separate. Distrust and ego split the command. The enemy watches and waits. Their enemy, the Cimbri and Teutones, not raiders, not bandits, whole tribes on the move. With wagons, with families, with warriors, they strike first. Capio's camp is isolated, destroyed in hours. Then they roll over Maximus's forces. No time to regroup. No line holds. In a single day, 120,000 Roman soldiers and allies die. The Rhone runs thick with blood. The Republic suffers one of its worst losses. Rome is stunned. No survivors. No excuses. Just rage. The Senate investigates. Capio is blamed. He's stripped of wealth. Exiled. But questions remain. Did he sabotage Maximus? Did pride doom the army? Out of the chaos rises a new figure, Gaius Marius. A general. Tough. Experienced. And not from the nobility. The people elect him consul, then re-elect him. He breaks the rules. But Rome needs results. Marius reforms the military. Soldiers no longer need to own land. Volunteers fill the ranks. The legions become professional, loyal to their generals. It saves Rome from the Cimbri, but it changes everything. Soldiers now fight for men, not just the state. Orazio wasn't just a disaster, it was a turning point. It exposed cracks in the Republic. Pride, rivalry, broken command. The consequences echo for decades. Marius versus Sulla. Caesar versus Pompey. Republic versus ambition. One battle. Two egos. 100,000 dead. And the beginning of the end for Roman democracy. Orazio proved that Rome's worst enemy was never across the river. It was inside its own camp.